look at those buildings, and there's people in those buildings looking out their windows, wondering, what are we doing down here, and how do we get to do that? I started my horse career when I was 3 years old. I ran away from home, and my mother would always find me at a backyard where a guy had horses and mules, and she felt it was necessary to give me formal lessons. She was afraid I was going to get killed off, and that pretty much created the monster in me, and I've been involved with horses ever since.
Most of the girls that I met in class were actually great, very welcoming. It's not always normal in this field. Sometimes they're bitchy, sometimes they're welcoming. You don't know what you're going to get. My dad kind of thinks it's bullshit, like, oh, go play with your horsey. You got to prove yourself. When you come into this business, they're not going to be all giggles and smiles with you. They're going to go, show your stuff, show what you got.
Hi, my name is Patty Warner. I'm the head of the equine department at Pierce College. My first love is training. Not only training horses, but training dogs, training people. So I am really infatuated with the training aspect of the horse world. Reining is an event where you go in and you perform a pattern and you perform individually, and they judge you on each maneuver. Reining horses are specifically bred for that sport. They were bred to work cattle, read cattle. When I took off the bridle, I was controlling the horse's footfall by my body and my feet. So I was stopping her with no bridle at that time and walking forward and stopping and backing her up and controlling where her feet go. Because if you can't control the horse's feet, you have no control over the horse. So you need to control not only their feet, but you need to control their mind. I decided to wash my horse barefoot. Well, needless to say, a couple minutes later, I got in a water fight with my friend and I saw my toe floating in the water. The horse stepped on my foot and cut my toe completely off.
Not everybody's going to be a hands-on horse person, but they will possibly have photography skills, writing skills, and that type of thing. And quite a few of them got into the construction trades as far as designing facilities and building facilities. The sky's the limit.
Another big industry is the breeding industry. You take care of their books, you collect the stallions, and you breed the mares. There's plenty of work in the industry, and it doesn't have to be just riding a horse.
Everything is how they cover the ground. There's nothing more important than how efficient they are over the ground. You want to see their legs low to the ground and all forward. You want to see them where their legs look almost like they're locked at the knee, when their feet barely cover the ground, where there's maybe only an inch of daylight. We call the shots. The trainers are the ones who, we have full responsibility, and I think that they need to make them more qualified, to be honest, because we're the ones pushing the buttons.
I don't know how people expect to handle a horse well on their back if they don't know how to handle one on the ground.
One of my biggest challenges with riding is getting the horse to stop.
Stop! Put your feet down, sit down, and stop. Whoa!
They do have a lot of power behind them. Even a pony can hurt you.
I don't know my left and my right. And then there's all of this stuff about his left, his right, my left, my right.
Walk around to his left shoulder, other left, his left shoulder.
Makes it really complicated. I mean, when you're driving a car, up means left, down means right. At least that's what the blinker does.
Turn the other way. That would be to the right.
Wait, no. Down is left and up is right. I got that wrong again. I really don't know my left and right.
The safest place to be is right here. When things get dicey, the safest place to be is over there somewhere.
Everybody thinks barrel racing's easy. They think you can get any old horse out of a pasture, you can jump on them, you can teach them how to barrel race. They don't realize the skill behind the rider and the skill and trust behind the horse. If your horse doesn't trust you, it's not going to turn the barrel, it's not going to run the course, it's just going to run around like a chicken with its head cut off.
Love to compete with NBHA on a national level and maybe one day go on to compete at the NFR, but very few people do that, so we will see.
Hi, I'm Cheryl and this is Ken. We're both a veterinarian and we run Thoroughbred Education Foundation and Trifecta Farms too, which is a racing business.
Many of them don't want to be turned out to pastures as their second career. They want to do things as their second career.
They really need to have a job. They really do. And our horses love kids too. I mean, they love children. It's funny because these horses are real spirited and hot, but you put a kid on their back and this guy will just drop his head and go real slow. It's like they know that they're kids.
Typical morning for me here is arrive, run up to Susan, find out which horse she needs next, tack it up, get on it, warm it up, give it to her, take the horse she's been on, warm it down, untack, hose off, groom down, put back, get the next horse, tack it up, warm it up, and so on. And that's really what I do.
You can't buy your way into the horse industry. You have to work your way into the industry.
I realize we're in the electronic age and all that, but you know, still we're dealing with people that own horses that have values of $1 million or more. Those owners want to be able to talk to somebody, not email them.
At my wedding, my dad stood up and he said, I never knew a person could make money in the horse industry. They're very proud of me, and my parents both love that. I love what I'm doing.
I can honestly say from the first day I started, it was never like working.